You gave me boo-boos and squished me. Those were the heartbreaking words sweet little Brielle reportedly said on December 30th, 2021. She was speaking to Kyrell Morgan, her mother's boyfriend, and Brielle wasn't describing something imaginary. She was telling him what happened to her. Morgan texted Brielle's mother, Javon Swinton, about what the little girl had said. And instead of treating those words like a desperate warning from a child, he reportedly responded as if he had no idea why she would say something like that. But sometime afterward, Brielle became unresponsive. Paramedics were called, and little Brielle was pronounced dead. But what investigators discovered afterward made her final words even more disturbing. Medical examiner found a large bruise across Brielle's abdomen. Her ribs had been broken and her liver had been lacerated. The medical examiner determined that Brielle appeared to have been squeezed from behind with tremendous force. And this wasn't an injury that instantly ended her life. According to the medical examiner's finding, Brielle likely survived for 12 to 16 hours after suffering the fatal injury. Think about that. A little girl suffered a catastrophic injury and remained alive for hours. But here's where Brielle's story becomes even harder to understand, because this wasn't the first warning. Let's go back to November 2021. Brielle's mother, Javon Swinton, took her to the doctor, and the doctor documented bruising all over Brielle's body. The doctor was so concerned that Brielle was considered a level 3 trauma patient and recommended that she be taken to a children's hospital. But that recommendation was refused. And the doctor later testified that he made a suspected child abuse report through Childline. That report should have triggered an investigation. Childline tips are typically investigated by county authorities. So the question becomes, what happened after the report was made? Was someone sent to check on Brielle? Was she interviewed? Was her safety assessed? Was anyone held accountable for what the doctor had already seen? Allegheny County Superintendent Chris Kearns reportedly would not confirm whether detectives ever investigated the Childline report. And just weeks later, Brielle was dead. The system had already been given a warning. A doctor had already documented injuries. A child had already been identified as a trauma patient. A suspected abuse report had already been made. And still, Brielle didn't make it home safe. Javon Swinton was originally charged with child neglect, but those charges were later dropped. Kyrell Morgan was ultimately found guilty of third-degree murder and endangering the welfare of children. But no conviction can bring Brielle back. No investigation